Scrapsy, and welcome to a rebirth. After my recent videos telling you everything that was wrong with every one of my cars, I'm going to start repairing them or getting them repaired. Starting off with cars that make sense, sensible ones, and then on to cars that don't make sense. This car isn't even insured, it's not worth it. All of my cars are insured by Greenlight Insurance, perfect for the modified car scene. We've got the Chaser, the 350Z, even the Cobra and the Viper are insured by Greenlight. The Twingo may one day need to be insured. More about that later. But no, as I said, we're going to start with the Chaser and we're going to Mulgari, who are going to fit the new brake servo, amongst other things. And there's a interesting story that some of you might have caught some of, but you won't believe what it's gone through to get into this car, which isn't at the moment. So I need to get in the car and move it into the garage. So as you can see, Mulgari specialise in minis, but you can tell with that Civic over there, they do not just that. So we've got the Chaser in to get the brake servo finally fixed. So the issue started back in August. I washed the car, took it to the end of the driveway, put my foot on the brake pedal, and it was really firm, like the brake servo wasn't working at all. After a few uses, it kind of worked a little bit, but obviously with brakes, I don't want to take any chances, so I put it back on the driveway and took different cars. Now, we thought it was probably the brake servo, and we're crossing our fingers that it's not the master cylinder, but we don't think it is. Trouble with that is, being a JDM car, it's difficult to get parts, and I had a look at brake servos and they were £500 to get from new from Japan. Now, I could get maybe a used one from somewhere in England, but I couldn't find any. I know Garage D might have some, but I haven't tried them yet because I went to Las Vegas and we stumbled across a scrapyard. We just went there to have a look around at some of the cars that were on display because I've never looked around a scrapyard before. I was like, let's do it, a breaker yard. And one of the first cars that we saw when we were there was a white Toyota Chaser. We could not believe it. It wasn't a JZX 100, it was a GX 100. So it's got, I think it's a 2-litre, a less powerful engine, automatic, and it was there up on some wheels, just in the air. Everything had been stripped from it because, as we know, these are valuable cars now, except the brake servo. We could not believe it. We found a brake servo on the Chaser and we were just visiting just to see what was in the scrapyard. We didn't think we'd see a Toyota Chaser. The brake servo seemed to be good. We were going to take the master cylinder as well, but the cap had been taken off it and it had sand inside it, and you don't want that. So basically, that saved me £500 because that brake servo was working. And I know that for a fact, which is what I'll come to. $57 is how much that brake servo cost me, and now we're here to fit it. So, since posting the video of the scrapyard, the previous owner of the Toyota Chaser that we found got in touch. So his username on Instagram is jzx100.y33. So he had the GX100 Toyota Chaser that we found in the scrapyard. His previous build was a Lexus LS400 with an insane amount of camber. That's how the roof chopped off it. So I don't know if he had the plan to do that with his GX100 Chaser, but it was just a cruiser. It had been lowered quite substantially on some chrome wheels, and he was driving around with his kids in the car. An old lady ran a stop sign and crashed into his car, kind of destroying the front end. And we saw a bit of evidence of the damage on that front. And I don't know what the values of Chasers are in America because they're not quite as common as they are in England in the last 5 to 10 years. So the insurance didn't really know what to do with it, but they had to take the car and scrap it. They sent it off on a low loader, on a flatbed, to the scrapyard. And when it arrived in the scrapyard, it had even more damage, like substantially more damage than when they collected it. So obviously, in between the owner delivering the car to the scrapyard recovery service and the scrapyard receiving it, someone had taken it for a joyride and crashed it again. And because the insurance in the States didn't really know what to value the car out, they must have paid him enough because it's allowed him to buy 2 cars for the price of what he got for that one Chaser. So we've now got a JZX 100 Toyota Cresta and a Y33 Nissan Seema. So now we're here, we're gonna fit the new brake servo, and I believe Darren has already taken the original one out so we can see some of the evidence. So can you tell which one's the old one? Yeah. So this was my original brake servo, And we're hoping that the master cylinder at some point has leaked. You can see where brake fluid has historically leaked. It doesn't seem to be leaking anymore. The master cylinder seems fine, so we're just crossing our fingers still. And then this is the one that I got off the one in the scrapyard. We haven't cleaned it up at all yet. This is how it was. So we're going to put that in, test it out, maybe service the car in a bit, and then hopefully we can get this on the road in time for the next season and Adams Seafest, which is on the 5th of May 2025. So it's a pretty straightforward task, just bolting on and off the brake servo. We did it in America, we're doing it in England. We're just making sure that the seal between the master cylinder and the servo is as good as possible. We've got a new gasket there, and we're making sure there's no more leaks anymore, taking care of the new servo. Should all be fine. So we fitted it, started up, rolled it out of the unit, and now the moment of truth. My first time feeling it. Here we go. Oh, that feels much better.
Let's see if it actually stops.
It's a working brake servo! This is going to be my first proper drive in this car since July. And what a lovely day to do it too. Oh, there is a new sound that I don't recognise. Yeah, it's the turbo. The turbo makes a different noise. Normally it goes, now it's just going. So this is what I mean, listen. So we found there's a vacuum pipe behind there that's really loose, like you can pull it off easily, so we're going to change that. And the turbo, I don't know if you can hear, still sounds the same. So we reckon that my turbo was always running inefficiently because they shouldn't really flutter, and now it is sounding as it should do and is a more efficient turbo, so the car should be running better. So my 12.9 second time at Santa Pod could have been improved maybe, so we'll see on the drive back what it's like. So I'm going to go back now and work on the Twingo. But back at home we are with the Mark 1 Twingo. Everyone's telling me to scrap this car. Everyone's saying don't bother doing anything with it, don't spend any money with it. You've had your time with it, you've had your fun, you've sticker bombed it. It's not worth doing anything with. So what I'm going to do is the opposite of that. So how's the plant going? Oh, the plant's starting to die. The plan with this car is to restore it. I've got a booking tomorrow with Lived 9 Lives Customs, and I think this car is going to use up one of his 9 lives because we're going to restore it. We're going to I can't believe it. I can't. You're all telling me no. You're all telling me not to do this. But this is what we're going to try and do. And there's not a lot of room in his unit because there's quite a few projects. As a result, I'm going to have to strip out the interior. Fortunately, that's easy. To take the rear seats out of a Twingo, I think you just take them out. Come on. Oh. Yeah. So now we have a bit of a bread van. There's a carpet cleaner in here that's going to be used. Now the trouble with these cars is they made them in such quirky colours, it's hard to find a colour that doesn't look like a factory colour. I think because this is the only car I've ever owned with a cassette player, we go proper 90s retro. Get the seats retrimmed in something even more 90s, maybe inspired by a ski instructor's outfit from the 90s, a lot of colour. We're going to have to respray the interior as well as the exterior. And when he says he wants me to strip the interior, does he mean... I don't think that... I don't know. Also, I thought I'd show you the engine bay, which is marvellous, and some of the evidence of what's going to need doing. This, I think, is part of a nest in there. We're also going to need to repair this door because it doesn't open without a kick. Is that one of those star-looking ones? I think it is. I don't think I have any star-looking things. As you'll see, I'm not very mechanically minded. Right, that will do. Oh, whoops. Yeah, I don't have the right tools for the job. I could maybe use... Yes. Oh, Jesus, no. And there's no way that this is going to get that one out. Also, the boot doesn't open from the outside, so to take out all of this, there's a way. There we go. Gas struts are gas strutting, that's good. This simply clips out. Ah, there we go. Oh, bit of dog dirt there. So there is a stripped out Mark 1 Twingo, but not completely stripped out. And I need to try and strip out that. Oh my God, it just slides out. After removing the carpet, I've just seen that everything is held on by those little star-shaped things. Why does this not come with the attachments? I've had this issue before and I had to use like one of these, but when they're so rusty, you can't. So, oh, there they are. You can call me an idiot now because one down. Oh, it's green. However, upon inspection, this is too rusty to undo, so I still can't take this seat out. And I've just found out that that is too small for my set to work. Every time I try and film a hyperlapse of me doing something, I realise I can't do it. Also, look. There's a hole there. I thought I'd do another time lapse of me trying to remove the seat belts this time. Of course, every time I try and film a time lapse, it goes wrong. So this won't tighten or loosen anymore. I think it's because the bodywork that it's attached to is too rusty, so it's just wiggling. But I managed to remove that one, and then the top bit here. But then this, I've crossed the threads. No, what's the word? I've spun. It doesn't come undone. And you wonder why I don't show myself working on cars. It's because this happens every time I try. But here's something I can do, and that is take out the lights. Oh, I hate these clips. It looks like you should push that, but that doesn't move. Like, I recently fixed the subwoofer for the 350Z because I was a genius, but it involved a different type of clip. It took me half an hour, a lot of cursing, and But honestly, the most annoying thing about doing this is I've honestly spent 2 hours doing this. I've lost light now, there's no more daylight to come, and what have I done? I've taken out some carpet, a spare wheel. This is my pile of what I'm leaving behind. Not as big as I thought it would be. I guess that's it for the day, and then tomorrow we'll see what we can do before dropping this off at Live 9 Lives Customs, and we'll see what we get up to. Yeah, oh, I didn't, oh yeah, goodbye driveway. Oh dear. All these seem to work. There's a new rattle. Oh, there we go. Revving it helps. No, Dave's doing a good job. I can't believe I'm actually doing this. I'm actually getting the Twingo delivered to get restored. So thanks to Sam for Hard Up Garage and Dave for delivering the Twingo for me. And yeah, when we get to Live 9 Lives Customs, we're gonna inspect the car and see how long it will take. Hopefully in time for Adam Seafest. So if you want to see it there and you have a colour in mind that you want to see it in, let me know in the comments. I want to hear your thoughts. What colour should I go for that little rapscallion? So, no one would have guessed that this is finally here at Live 9 Lives Customs to be restored. It was never the plan, and Jacob's the madman to do it. I mean, what are your initial thoughts of the car?
Absolutely fine. I love it.
Yeah?
It's great.
You can see the vision?
I drove it about 4 or 5 metres. And I love it. I think it's great. I think it's brilliant.
So we've got a few ideas. I'm still like wanting to hear your thoughts about what you want to see on the car, what colour, but we've been kind of ping-ponging some ideas. We're thinking maybe 80s to 90s ski gear as inspiration. What are you most dreading out of all this?
I'm dreading taking the engine and subframes and everything off the bottom of it and getting started on the welding, because there is quite a lot of welding.
Yeah. And that's the main reason that we're here, because originally it was just going to be a bodge job to get through an MOT, and then I was just going to drive around with all the patina that you can see, but that's not going to happen because it needs a lot to be legal, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think we're better off going back to basics with it and covering every aspect of this build. Really. So
there's quite a bit of variety here. You can see there's a lot to do. So hopefully, well, definitely before Adam Seafest.
Yep.
5th of May, that is a target, but maybe sooner. Keep an eye out. I'll keep you in the loop, see what we're doing. I'll try and visit as much as I can. Help out with making teas and coffees. I think that's all I can do.
And I'll be giving you a call when we definitely need more tea and coffee delivered.
Yes, yeah, okay. So let us know what you want to see done with this car in the comments below. I can't wait to show you what we do. I might try and get the plant repotted and we can maybe preserve that. So there you go, the Twingo is now here, ready to be restored. I hope you enjoyed this video, a bit different to my normal stuff from car meets, because car meets don't happen this time of year, but this will be at car meets and car shows in 2025, so I shall see you there. But for now, thanks for watching.